Alrighty, and hello all you happy people. Welcome back to another fun-filled time here on Final Fantasy XI with your host, Hiddenruu. Tonight, we're going to take a look at the June update. Unfortunately, they looks like they went back to the written text version, so I'm just going to probably have to read through all of it. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just kill the music just for me to read this real quick, and then we'll take a look at what the update's about, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So just so everybody can see and read it, we're going to go ahead and go to this view. It says here, greetings everyone, Final Fantasy XI producer Matsui here. Last, we'll be delivering the FFXI digest in text format once again. This version update will mainly focus on aspects that were originally planned for the May version update that couldn't be implemented due to some tasks being put on hold. As a countermeasure against RMT, real money trading, we set a limit on the number of sparks of eminence and unity accolades that can be exchanged each week. While the STF, the Special Task Force, have been tracking reported logs and strengthening their enforcement, we determined that it would be effective to also reduce some simple methods of earning gil. This countermeasure will affect regular players to some extent. However, in order to minimize effects on players, we opted to limit the number of points exchanged rather than remove certain records of eminence objectives. We don't think this is a perfect solution and will consider adjustments if necessary. So we'd like to hear your opinions on this countermeasure. Ambuscade will both feature returning enemies Dullahan and Teraktos. We've added some Dullahan themed rewards, so please look forward to it. I'd also like to briefly explain the reason for the adjustments made to alter egos. Certain alter egos used Holy during Divine Emblem to gain enmity. However, after the adjustment to Paladin that reduced the recast time of Divine Emblem, we noticed that these alter egos ran out of MP. To address this, we've adjusted Archangel Elvon and Ruidine to use Flash during Divine Emblem instead. With August, however, we addressed this by improving his MP restoration methods, so he will continue to use Holy as before. Development and operations team are gradually returning to their usual productivity, and we're currently in process of preparing for the July version update. We hope that you continue to enjoy Final Fantasy XI. Okay, so we got that one out of the way. Let's take a look and see what they actually did this month. So, for event-related stuff, they have changed the records of eminence objectives. For Ambuscade, they have swapped out the normal and intense enemies, thank goodness. Certain items obtainable in exchange for hallmarks have been swapped out. Certain items attainable for total hallmarks have been swapped out, and items in exchange for badges of gallantry have been swapped out. Following alter egos have undergone adjustments. Archangel Elvon, while the job ability Divine Emblem is active, Archangel Elvon will now use the white magic spell Flash instead of the white magic spells Holy and Holy 2. While the job ability Ruidine, while the job ability Divine Emblem is active, Ruidine will now use the white magic Flash instead of the white magic spell Holy. Attribute damage taken minus has been added. So he takes more damage when he has his Divine Emblem and Flash activated. That's interesting. August, potency of weapon skill no quarter has been increased. MP restoration effect has been added to the ability Daybreak. August's magic accuracy will be increased for players whose item level is 100 or greater. Sweet. Let's see, new items have been added. A new synergy recipe has been added. I, of course, would like to take a look at what this is going to be like. We'll have to wait till the end of the month when we spend our login points, but the Pirogo Fleece +1, I believe there is a green version of this, but this one is actually the red one. It's kind of cool. Okay, so, and we have extra items now available for the storage slips 22 and 23. Most notable probably is the Dual-Hand Axe. This is a new item to show off. Okay, so system related. Sparks of Eminence and Unity accolades now have a maximum weekly exchange limit of 100,000 each. So, gone are going to be the days where you're going to be able to just buy a bunch of shields, go out and sell them, go out and get more sparks, come back, and repeat the process. So I don't know how I feel about that personally. I mean, it doesn't affect me that much because I don't deal with that as a main source of income for me. But I can see where it could be hazardous for some people who, structure their entire earnings that way. Okay, so resolved issues. The issue wherein players would occasionally sheath their weapons under certain conditions while participating in Odyssey has been resolved. The issue wherein Escabees would be incorrectly consumed when speaking with Emperox in Race and Jima under certain conditions, that has been addressed, thank goodness. The issue within Domain Invasion wherein alter egos would cease being able to be called forth under certain conditions. So that's interesting. The issue wherein vanquishing Miru would decrease a player's total domain points under certain conditions. That has been addressed. Yay. Issue with the alter ego Arcelia 2, wherein the weapon skill Sight Unseen would occasionally cease dealing damage to enemies. Has been resolved. Hooray. Okay, known issues. Okay, following item icons are incorrect, which is not too bad, but the mercenary painting and the Mandragora shirt. Okay. So, that is that. This month we have the increased seal and crest drop rate campaign. We have additional sealed battlefield spoils. So, if you're doing like the macrocosmic fight, other stuff is going to drop, other than the intended items that are there. Delve Campaign Plus. I think that's the one where they double the points that you get for doing Delve. And we have a Surge Walk campaign, the double Unity Accolade campaign, the Unity Wanted campaign, the Dynamis Granules of Time campaign, and the Chocobo with Digging Skill Increase campaign. So lots of different stuff to focus on this month. Being that I'm on Asura, these are areas I pretty much want to avoid at all costs because they're going to typically be overrun with everybody doing them. Anyway, excuse me. On to what I want to address. So